Gonna give it a minute for you guys to hop back on, and then I'll get started. Don't mind my crazy hairline. I just dyed my hair last night. Hi, Samantha. Technical difficulties, right? Hi, Jackie. All right, cool. Good. All right, so I'm just gonna give it a minute for some more people to jump on. Hi. For everyone that's just hopping on, I'm gonna give it a second just for some more people to jump on, because I'm going to talk about some real stuff, and I know a lot of you guys really want to hear this. So, hi, Amanda. Happy Friday, you guys. All right, so I'm going to get started with this video. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tina, and I am a Diamond Leader with It Works Global. I started my journey with this company a year ago, exactly to the day. So today is my 1-year anniversary being an It Works distributor. I just got chills saying that because this business has been amazing to me. This company has just been amazing. This journey has been amazing. I have grown so much as a person. My life has changed tenfold, and you know, this is a video that I've thought about doing for practically my whole career with It Works, but I wanted to wait until my 1-year anniversary to do so. So that's what we're going to do today. If I choke up a little bit or if I stumble over my words, you guys just bear with me. I'm a human being, and this is emotional for me, you know, because like I said, this business, this company, It Works, has done so many amazing things for me and Jaden. And my family, because my aunt is actually a distributor as well. She joined the business. So it's a little emotional to talk about. And, you know, coming from where I came from, it brings all of these emotions just to the forefront, especially with today being my 1-year anniversary. It's surreal, okay? So gonna give you guys some information regarding, you know, my life before It Works, my life during It Works, you know, my journey so far, things that have happened for me, positive things, basically everything that I've gotten from this business. And I'm also going to talk about, you know, my future and goals that I have, and just everything, okay? This is going to be everything, and it's going to be real and raw, because you guys that do know me, that's how I am. And I have no makeup on for this video for a reason, because I want you guys to understand that I'm a real person. I'm not one of these flashy, you know, fake people that just jump on and do things for show on social media. Like, that's not me, never has been me, never will be me. And I just want you guys to understand that I am a real person. I'm nobody special, you know, in a sense that, like, I love myself, but I'm nobody special in a sense that I don't have, you know, an affluent background. I don't come from money. I don't have any special training. I'm not just a regular human being, okay? I'm just a mom. I'm just, you know, a mom that has changed her life because of an opportunity that was presented to me, that after, you know, years and years of being skeptical about, I actually decided to get my head out of my ass and do something different, because my life wasn't going to change if I didn't change something in my daily routine, my life, okay? So I joined this business June 23rd of 2016, and prior to that, I was in the medical field for 11 years. I went to medical assisting school, which was pretty crazy how I even got into that, you guys. Just sidebar, like I said, this is going to be a long video, so you might want to grab yourself a drink, a snack, something, okay, get comfortable, because I'm going to be here for a while. I like to talk, so, and I really want to just give you guys all the ins and outs of me, okay? So I was working at Applebee's back in, oh my goodness, 2008, I think it was. And I was working with a really good friend of mine that I had known for a couple of years. And, you know, it was a couple of years after I had graduated high school, tried to go to college, didn't work out. I just wasn't in the mindset for college at that time of my life. And I'll elaborate on that as well later on. So I just wanted to live life a little bit, you know. A lot of people graduate high school, and there's two types of people. There's people that go directly into college and go that route, and then there's other people that are like, finally I get a break, I don't have to get up for an alarm clock, I don't have to go to school, last thing I want to do is go to college and do it all over again, you know. So because college is a lot harder than high school, okay, naturally. So I fell into that category. I wanted my freedom. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, okay? So I started waitressing, and me and a girlfriend of mine, like I said, we were waitressing together at Applebee's, and, you know, I was bartending and that kind of thing, having fun, going out, getting into trouble, okay? We all have our past. Hi, Natty Boo. So my friend Jen turned to me one day, and I don't know if she's watching this video, but if she is, it's going to be a trip down memory lane, Jen. She came to me one day and was like, hey, I want to go to this school, you know, next door. It was a school right behind where we worked. It was a medical assisting school. They had ultrasound tech, massage tech, all of that kind of stuff. It was a technical school. So she's like, why don't you come with me? Because I don't want to go by myself. I have an interview, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, whatever. I'll go with you. So I went with her, and an hour and a half later, I came out enrolled in school starting Monday. I think this was like a Friday or a Thursday. So there I was, enrolled in medical assisting school. Before that, you guys, after college, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Typical, right? Well, some people know what they want to do, but most people really don't know. You know, you kind of have to find yourself. So I didn't know what it was that I wanted to do with my life. So I figured, you know, and I'm one of those people where I feel like things happen for a reason. So I felt like, okay, like I went to this appointment with her, and I walked out enrolled, like it must have meant something. It must have been, you know, it must have been meant to be, right? So that started my career in the medical field. I worked for various, you know, different doctors, which didn't work out. I worked for a lot of family practice doctors. I worked for my uncle, who I actually did my externship with. He's an allergist, which was cool, you know, but again, it wasn't my passion. Then I also landed a job with New York Blood Center, and I loved working with New York Blood Center. It was a family-oriented business, big, great group of people. I'm actually still friends with a lot of them. I have some girls on my team, you know, that I used to work with at the Blood Center. I was there for, I think 5 years, 6 years I was there, maybe even longer. It was between 5 and 8 years, guys. It's been a long time. So I worked, you know, at New York Blood Center, and I loved it there. At the time, I was dating someone who I was very much in love with, and he got offered a position, you know, to be a police officer out west, Missouri, Kansas City. So I gave up my job with the Blood Center, even though it was very hard to do that. I gave that up, and I moved out west with him, so he could, you know, be the man of the family and support us and go after his dreams, you know. That's what women are supposed to do, right? Support their man. So that's what I ended up doing. And out in Missouri, I worked for doctors, family practice. I actually worked with the Blood Center out there for a couple of months and absolutely hated it. Totally different business structure. I was miserable. My pay was just not what I was told it was going to be when I moved out there, because I had that job lined up. You know, it was one of those things where I was like, all right, I will do this. If I can land a job out there, that's going to pay me equally as much as I was making, or if not comparable to what I was making here at the Blood Center. And they, you know, long story short, they ended up quoting me an amount, but when I got there, it was like, we never told you that. So I was miserable going right into it. And then worked at doctor's offices, hated it. It was just not where I wanted to be, you guys. I was not a doctor's office kind of person. Every other Saturday, you know, hours, a couple days you work in the morning, a couple days you work at night. Sometimes they have extended hours. It was just not what I wanted to do. I was miserable. So, you know, after that, my relationship ended up going south, and we ended up breaking up, and me and Jada moved back to New Jersey. That was very traumatic in itself, just with the relationship ending. But even more than that, you guys, I was completely lost as far as career and my future and what I wanted to do with myself. I was a single mom. At the time, Jaden was, he was 3, going on 4. And, I was just really, really lost. Like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. Like I was happy working at the blood center and then gave that up, to go out west, and things didn't work out the way that I wanted or expected it to, because often in life that's what happens, right? And I just felt lost. I didn't know what to do. I tried going back to nursing school because I figured, okay, I'm a single mom. Living in New Jersey is extremely expensive. East Coast is just expensive. Living around a major city like that, tri-state area, it's freaking expensive. And when I moved back, we were staying with my mom, naturally, because I didn't have any savings. I didn't have any money, to get out on my own. So moved in with my mom and started working at the hospital, JFK Hospital in New Jersey. And I was up on the respiratory floor, was there for a little while, tried going back to nursing school while working on the floor. And I just realized, in the midst of classes and all that stuff, and you guys, college is tough, especially nursing school, because previously I mentioned that I had tried going to college right out of high school, didn't finish, didn't barely have any credits, and my head wasn't in it, so I wasn't really serious about my grades. It just wasn't for me. So now, fast forward, when I tried to go to nursing school, I had no prerequisites, so I had to take all these extra classes. It would have taken me like 3-4 years to get done with nursing school, just because of my situation. I was a mom. I had obligations as a mother, a single mother at that. I had bills that I had to pay, so it's not like I could load up on classes and get it done faster. I couldn't do the fast track way of doing things. I had to do things a little bit at a time, and not only expensive, but time-wise, you guys, it wasn't feasible for me. So aside from that, working on the respiratory unit at the hospital, it was just gloomy. And I've never liked hospitals. I didn't like being around people dying. I lost my father at a very young age, so like being in a hospital just gives me anxiety. And I was just at a point where it's like, Tina, what are you doing with yourself? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is not your passion. Like, and you guys, I just kept envisioning my future, and it wasn't a happy one, because healthcare is a great field. It really is. It takes a lot to put yourself in a position where you're going to take care of other people. And I love that aspect about it, you guys, but we have other things in life, that we're passionate about. Like, I'm a mom. I wanted to spend time with my son. Fitness. I was into fitness, working out, that kind of thing. And it just wasn't my passion. I just looked at my future and I said, this is not where I want to be. I need to figure things out. So here I was, lost again, like, what the hell do I do? And not only that, I feel like a failure, because it's like, wow, I have 11 years medical experience under my belt, and it's all for nothing. It was like I was kind of flushing everything down the toilet. But I felt like I had no choice, because the last thing I wanted to do was live a life of misery. I didn't want to be unhappy with my life, so I gave it up and didn't know what I wanted to do. So I spoke to, some family members. They're in administrative positions, and I figured, what, I need 9 to 5 hours. I need daytime hours, because nursing, again, the hospital, you guys, I was working from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 11:45 at night. I also picked up a job waitressing in the morning. So I was working from like 10 o'clock in the morning till about after midnight, every single night. My son was by himself. He was with my mother. My mother watched him. I relied on her a lot. And that was another thing. I have a lot of pride, and I didn't like that. So, I needed a change. So I figured, being an administrative assistant, which again, I had no experience in the field at all. I came from a medical background. It was starting over for me. So I ended up going to a staffing firm and interviewed with them, and didn't know what to expect, because I had never gone this route. I had never been to a staffing firm before. I felt kind of vulnerable, because one thing about me, you guys, I've worked every day of my life since I was 13, and I never needed help getting a job. Like, I was the girl that would like nail every single interview. Like, first interview, bam, they hired me on the spot. I'm a very good interviewer. And going in there, I didn't know what to expect. So I went in for the interview and we went over my qualifications and all that stuff. And again, I'm really good at interviewing. So they ended up falling in love with me themselves and hired me to work for them. So internally, I was working for the staffing firm, which was awesome. It was 9 to 6 hours, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that would work with Jaden, better than the hospital working till after midnight every day, right? So that's what I did. And I loved it for the first year because it was new. I felt appreciated. I felt like, okay, this is good. Like I got over that hump in that period of my life where I felt lost and I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. I felt better, But after a while, I felt stuck because, again, it wasn't a passion. It wasn't something that I wanted to do long term. And not only that, I wasn't making enough money where I didn't need help. My mom was still watching Jaden, picking him up from school, doing homework with him, feeding him dinner. I would get home and I would just be so tired because mental exhaustion is it's exhausting, right? It's not just about the physicality of things. Like when you're dealing with things emotionally and you're just not happy with your life, it can take its toll on you, and I was just miserable. I was friggin' miserable. I hated it. Again, I was back in the same place. I hated my life. In the midst of all of that, my God, it must have been like 8 years ago. I don't even know when the hell we met. But you guys know that I was really into health and fitness, working out, training. I was actually training to compete. And on Instagram, social media, the powers of social media, I met someone who is, till this day, one of my very, very best friends, Natalie, who's watching this video. I love you. We just clicked on Instagram. I think we were both commenting on a post and we just really clicked and we became really good friends. So Natalie has been with me through this whole entire journey, everything that I'm telling you about. There she is. She was there with me through all of that, the misery of working and not feeling appreciated, just feeling lost, not liking my life, not liking my job, not liking my future, of what I saw it to be. Don't cry, please, because I'm trying not to cry. And so Natalie was with me the whole time. And, the fitness world, you guys, is so cutthroat. Like when it comes to fitness people and people that are very into working out and eating healthy and that kind of thing, like we're so pro gym and pro workout and shut up, no excuses. You don't need a wrap, you don't need a pill, you don't need anything. You just need hard work, dedication, eat your protein, follow your macros, that kind of thing. Like we were very, very just close-minded. Me and Natalie used to make fun of people that worked for MLMs, multi-level marketing, which is what I now do. Rap, it's a gimmick. We don't need a friggin' rap. That's not gonna work. Like that, just get in the gym, just work out. That's the mentality that we had. Natalie has her own story, which she was getting ready for a photo shoot and she tried a rap because it was kind of like desperation move, okay? And that was in 2016 when she joined as well, because we kind of joined around within months of each other. And desperation mode set in when she was approached to do a photo shoot. So she did, she was like, I'm going to try that rap, maybe it'll help me, maybe it won't, but I've got to try it because I'm desperate. I need to get photo shoot ready. So she did this rap, and of course, I was rolling my eyes. I'm like, what are you doing? Ew. Like, what are you doing? I hope you're not telling anybody about that. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, no, I don't know you. You know what I mean? That was just the mindset. So, she tried the rap, and her results were phenomenal. And she sent me the results, and once I saw her results, and she actually sent me a video of it too, I was kind of like side-eyeing, like, but wait a minute, that's not from a rap. Are you kidding? Did you Photoshop yourself? Like, what is that? That did not work. No way. I don't believe you. But I was intrigued. Okay. And, shortly after that, she did her photo shoot. She joined the business because Natalie saw the vision, because obviously she had her own results. So she saw the potential with this product. And she's like, mind blown. Like, if that's what that rap just did to me, like, I'm in, sign me up. Like, I have to sell these things. So she joined the business, and of course, best friend, Tina, you should join. And she knew that she was going to get backlash from me, because look where we came from, right? So she asked me, even though she was a little bit scared, I know she was, and she probably was hesitant because she knew that I was going to be nasty about it, which I was. You guys, I was so nasty. I was like, no, get the hell out of here. I want nothing to do with that rap. I want nothing to do with that. Are you crazy? Like, I really thought she lost her mind. And so I continued on, working my job, being miserable, being broke, crying, all of that stuff. And she'd ask me periodically, and we FaceTime a lot. So I'm a very expression kind of person. You can tell what I'm thinking by looking at my face. Like, I am so bad at lying, you guys. I'm just one of those people where you don't even have to ask me. Like, the expression tells it all. So she would bring it up, and I would just look at her like, like, why are you asking me again? Like, I already told you no. Like, no, stop asking. But for some reason, you guys, like, I'm a person, okay? This is just in me, to believe that things are put on your plate and things are put in your face for a reason. So although I was skeptical, although I wanted nothing to do with that company or that rap, didn't believe in it, okay, closed-minded mentality, I was still watching, because there's something about, and I don't want to sound some kind of way, but I feel like God puts things in your lap for a reason. And there was just this nagging thought, like, constantly lingering in my head, like, what if? Because I was watching her, sign up customers, help other people. She was so excited about helping people with their fitness goals, which is a passion of mine, okay? Then I saw her starting to make weekly bonuses. She was posting about weekly bonuses and how she was making unlimited $100 bonuses every week on top of her commissions. And, slowly but surely, I just kept watching. I'm like, wait, what? $100 weekly bonuses? Like, damn, like, I could really use an extra 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks a week on top of my paycheck, because I thought about all those times that I had to call you guys. So many times my car broke down because it ran out of gas because I didn't have any friggin' money. And I'd have to call my mom to go get $2 of gas from the gas station and bring it to me on the side of the highway, because that's what happened. Driving to work every day, praying I make it there and back home without my car dying. So, and then going to the grocery store, being able to buy bread, milk, eggs, things like that. Like, all the things that I struggled with, and it's the small things that are the killer, right? Because even driving in the car with Jaden, and he's like, Mommy, can we get McDonald's? Mommy, can we go for ice cream? It's like a $5 ice cream, you guys. A $5 Happy Meal. Like, that broke my heart so many times I had to say no. Because I couldn't do it because I didn't have $5. What kind of mother doesn't have $5? Like, that's how I felt. I felt like a failure, not only at life, but at being a mom and all of that stuff. Here come the tears. I felt miserable. And when I saw her getting these $100 weekly bonuses, I was like, man, maybe, maybe. And that's when the walls slowly started to come down. And I mean slowly, because it took me a little bit. Because I kept watching her. And I've known Natalie for years, okay? So I know her. And I saw a huge, huge, huge change from the day that she joined the business, leading up until even now, but essentially up until when I joined the business, when she finally, hook, line, and sinker got me, I saw a difference. And like I said before, you guys, I was miserable. I hated my life. I was always a nasty person, just because I was miserable. And your mentality radiates through everything that you do. And it's like a snowball effect, So when I saw Natalie making these $100 weekly bonuses, being happy, I was like, what, are you on drugs? Like, do they give you drugs? Like, what is going on? Like, you're happy. Like, she was changing as a person. And one day I just said, fine, sign me up. Let's do it. What is the worst that could happen? Worst that could happen is that, I lose a little bit of weight. I don't make any money. I mean, you know, that was my mentality at that point. But best case scenario, I make an extra $300 to $500 a month, and I wouldn't have to say no to Jaden to go get ice cream. I wouldn't have to call my mom to go get me $2 of gas because my car broke down. Okay, so I joined the business, and you know, it was the best thing that I've ever done for my life. Choking over my words again, because you guys just don't understand. Like, today is such an emotional day for me because it's been a year that I've been in this business. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of timeline of what's changed for me, and why I'm so thankful. I joined this business June 23rd, 2016. October, so July, August, September, October, I walked into my job that I was working, that I was miserable at, staffing firm. Okay, I used to cry in the bathroom every day, you guys. I used to cry in the bathroom every day because it had just become such a volatile place and a volatile environment. I would hate Monday mornings because I didn't want to go see those people. My managers were ruthless. Managers are ruthless. Okay? And they're high horse. How many people work for people that, you know, you feel like you're under their thumb, you know? I have a 10-year-old son now, and I'm digressing, but this is important. Jaden was diagnosed with ADHD back in, I don't even know, 2016. Doctor's appointments. He had issues at the school, okay? I'd have to miss work so many times. There were days where I would have to, like, I would get to work, guidance counselor would call me and be like, we had an issue, you have to come to the school. And I would go to my boss and say, I have to leave. And I would get, obviously, yelled at, essentially, like a 2-year-old. And this would happen over and over and over, just because, you know, anybody who has kids that's dealing with behavioral issues, when you're a parent, you guys, you have to drop everything and go to your kid because you can't tell the school, sorry, I have to work, you know. Or Jaden would be sick, even have a fever, throwing up in the nurse's office. They call you, you have to go get your kid. There was no, sorry, I'm at work, you have to keep them. Like, that's not their job, it's not their responsibility, it's mine as a parent, right? So basically, bottom line is, with all of that, I lost my aunt in February to cancer. Missed my cousin's wedding because I didn't have enough vacation time, because what do they give you, a week, 2 weeks at most if you're lucky, of paid time off. I missed out on those things because all of my time was exhausted because of Jaden and because I had to be a parent, okay? And it sucked having to tell my cousin no, I couldn't go to her wedding because I didn't have any vacation time, because it was on a Friday, and weddings are cheaper on Fridays, you know. I don't blame her. But it sucked having to make a choice between working and going to my cousin's wedding. Like, I felt like shit. I could, you know, my aunt passed away, my uncle passed away. I couldn't go down to Georgia to be there for the funeral because Tina had to work, and I was broke. I couldn't afford plane tickets. It was just miserable, you guys. So October started in June 23rd, 2016. October, I went, I think it was October 10th. I went into that job that I hated, and I quit. I replaced my full-time income with It Works in 4 months. June, July, August, September, October. Okay? It's more than 4 months. 6 months? Okay, 4 to 6 months. I quit that job. And it was the happiest day of my life because I felt like this weight lifted off of me. Like, man, I don't have to go to that place anymore, you know? So, 4 months, you guys. Other things that have happened since then: paid off my credit card debts, completely debt-free. I have 0 balance on all of my credit cards. My credit score increased, now 162 points. Guys, this is, I've always been bad with money, essentially because I didn't ever really have enough. And, you know, debt collectors would call me and I wouldn't answer the phone, or I would I can't even tell you how many numbers I have blocked in my phone because these people would call me wanting their money, and it's like, you can't get you can't get water from a dry well. Like, I don't have it to give. My car was repossessed, like, you know, because I've been through struggle, okay? I never thought that I would have a good credit score. I never thought that I would be able to even save money, have money to save to buy a house, let alone have the credit to actually get a decent interest rate on a loan for a mortgage. And what's funny is, you know, with this business now, things that I never thought possible, like I said, are starting to come true. And it's going to be, guys, I'm going to be able to buy a house without a friggin' mortgage. Like, I'm going to be able to buy a house with cash. Like, that's on my dream board. And because of this business and the growth that it has put me through and all of the things that it's just taught me, like, I'm worth more than what I had. I am capable of having things that I never thought that I could. It's insane. It's just insane. Like, I never in my life thought I would be living in Florida, and I'm in Florida now. So, you know, oh God, man, this year, you guys, is such an emotional video for me, because it warms my heart, because I've been there. Like, I've been in that place where I couldn't afford stuff. I've been in that place where I couldn't afford to give my kid a Happy Meal. Like, who can't, you know, you feel like such a failure at life as a parent when you can't even give your kid a $5 Happy Meal. I'll never get over that. And that's something that I will always remember, is where I came from, and why I'm real with you guys, and why I'm transparent, and why I always let you guys know what it is. Like, I'm not a flashy person. I'm not ever going to get on here and lie to people and you know, put on a show and just, you know, it's just not me. Like, I'm a real person, and I just want you guys to know, like, if I can do what I've done with this company, like, any one of you guys can do that. Any one of you guys can do that. I talk to so many people every single day about this business, and they have so many excuses. And the bottom line is, it comes down to fear. I don't have time. I could never do that. I'm not a salesperson, that kind of thing. And what I want you guys to do, for those of you that have thoughts like that, like, if you think that you can't do what I do, I want you to do this. Go to your Facebook profile, you know, click your profile where your picture's at the top, and I want you to scroll. And I want you to look at all the times where you have promoted another business, another company, a Starbucks coffee, checked into the movie theater, checked into a vacation resort, checked into your favorite store, posted a selfie even, posted something inspirational. I want you to look at all of those things on your profile, and I want you to understand one very, very, very important thing. I get paid to do that. I get paid when I post inspirational stuff. I get paid when I post a product, okay? Like, you guys are posting, you know, Frappuccinos, the unicorn frap from Starbucks. You guys aren't getting paid to advertise for that business. You're making that business money. I post products all the time. Here's my chocolate shake in here from my company. I get paid for that. Okay, so for any of you guys who feel like, you know, you can't do what I'm doing, like, you can. Like, you just don't understand how simple it is. My life has changed so much, and I know that there's tons of people out there that watch me and they think about it, but it never goes anywhere. Like, you never message me. If I message you, you don't answer. Or if we have spoken about the business opportunity in the past, and you did show interest, you stopped answering me. Whether that's out of fear or self-doubt or whatever it is, like, I just want you guys to understand, like, it's not that serious. It's so easy, this business. You guys do exactly what I do every single day. You just don't understand. Social media is powerful. So powerful. You didn't get paid for posting that Frappuccino. Starbucks did. Okay? Any kind of attention, good or bad, any publicity is good publicity, right? Remember? So they got paid. You didn't. And the biggest thing that I want you guys to take from this video is that, you know, You deserve more than you have. And it's all about believing in yourself. And I don't want to sound like, you know, a self-development infomercial, because that's, again, not who I am. I actually used to hate self-development before I started this business. I thought it was stupid, and I thought it was for crazy people. But self-development is a huge, huge, huge part. It plays a huge role in your circumstances, right? Your mindset is such a powerful thing that you guys don't even understand. If you guys have Netflix, go on and watch The Secret. If you haven't watched The Secret, go watch The Secret. Like, can I tell you, like, when I watched that video, Natalie actually made me watch that video when I joined, and I cried, because as stubborn and as closed-minded as I was, because I'm not anymore, seeing that video on Netflix, and it's free, so go watch it, it changed everything for me. And that's where I finally realized that, like, I was worth more than what I had, and that actually, you know, I have what I have, and that misery that I was going through was nobody's fault but my own. And it all came from here, because I was convinced that I didn't deserve it. I was convinced that that was my life. I had a kid with the wrong kind of person. I made bad choices in life. I moved out west when I shouldn't. I did this, I did that. I second-guessed everything that I did in my life. And when it came down to it, I blamed myself. So I was convinced that it was all my fault, you know, because of my mentality and the way that I was thinking about things. My life was never going to change. So when I watched that video, I realized, look, it's not over. Look, you deserve more than what you have. You deserve more credit than what you've been giving yourself. And it's time to leave all that trash behind you. Like, you have to change your mind. Like, change your mind, you change your life. And I say that a lot because, you guys, it's so true. And again, it sounds infomercial-y, but it's not. It's the truth. Life is really simple. If you want something, know that you can have it. Like, if you want to change your circumstances, if you're broke, if you're struggling, if you've got bill collectors calling you all the time, if you don't have a brand new car but you wish you had a brand new car, like, understand that you can have that car. You just have to tell yourself that, yes, I can have it, and yes, I'm going to have it. Like, it's so amazing, like, what happens when you switch your mind from thinking negatively and focusing on the negative stuff that's going on in your life, and you start focusing on the good and what you are going to have out of life. Okay? Like, I come from that. Okay? I come from that. I come from feeling like I was shit, you know, and that I wasn't worthy of having stuff. And now I know that I am. And what's even more powerful is that I know that I'm capable of getting it, because look at what I've done. Look at what I've done, you guys. I'm a complete work from home mom. I live in Florida. I increased my credit score. Actually, I can actually buy a friggin' car and not have to pay tons of interest. Like, I have credit cards, people, companies sending me stuff, like loans and mortgages and all this. They're contacting me now because my credit, like, I have good credit. Better than I ever thought I could ever have in my life. I never, you guys, I never, ever friggin' thought that the collections calls would stop. I never thought I would be able to walk into anywhere and get a loan of any type or anything. And even more than that, I never thought that one day I won't even need a loan. Like, I'm going to be able to buy a car in cash. I'm going to be able to buy a house in cash. I'm going to be able to build the friggin' house that I've always wanted to give Jaden. When we lived out in Missouri, there was this area in Missouri, beautiful. And when I'm talking about, like, nice houses, like, they look like friggin' mini castles, you guys. Like, friggin' insane. And I never in my life, like, we would just drive by them. And I used to get so sad all the time. And here's Jaden, very young, looking at the house, like, thinking, like, wow, I'm going to live in a house like that one day. Mommy, when are we going to buy a house? I used to cry every single time. My heart fell in my friggin' stomach every time I heard him say that, because I never thought I would be able to give him that. Having a friggin' pool in the backyard, having anything, like dog, white picket fence, that kind of thing. Like, I never thought I'd be able to give my kid that, and, like, that hurt. But now I know, because of everything that's changed, I can have that. And I'm going to. And you guys, it feels friggin' amazing. It feels amazing. Like, that, oh God, that just feels, I told you. I talked the tears out of myself because, like, the amount of gratitude that I feel for this company and, you know, my CEO, my corp team, my team, Natalie, like, it's overwhelming. Sorry. God really is good. And, it's not all about the money, you guys. Like, it's not all about the money. Like, the money is amazing. Like, being able to go to the store and not have to use a calculator on my phone and add up the bread and milk to make sure that I had enough money to pay for it. Like, it's not just all about that, you know. It's a passion of mine to help other people. Fitness, health, you know, I don't want people to die. Like, I've lost so many people from, you know, health issues. And so health, fitness, taking care of yourself, it's important to me. It's a passion of mine because I don't want to lose more people that I love, and I want other people to live long, healthy lives. And we have more than the wraps. For those of you that don't know, I've spoken to a couple people today, even a girl I went to high school with. I'm talking to her about the business, and she's like, wait, you have more than wraps? I thought you guys just had wraps. And I'm like, no, we have over 40 products, amazing quality, all natural, like, amazing products. And these products are saving people's lives. Like, genuinely, you guys, saving people's lives. And I use the products personally. Like, I don't have acid reflux anymore because of our greens. I have more energy. I don't fall asleep in the middle of the day because I'm tired. Like, it's just amazing. Like, my acne has gotten better. Our skincare, our protein shakes, like, it's just an amazing company, okay? It's about that. It's about my passion. It's about helping people with the fitness stuff. But man, like I said, like, I'm a human being and I come from shit. Like, I've come from struggle. I've come from being broke. I've come from having my car repoed. I've come from never thinking that I would own a house or any of that stuff. And I know there's billions of people out there in the same position that I was in a year ago. Facts. Like, there's people out there that are struggling every single day, that are counting change to buy diapers, have to drop their kids off even at daycare, don't even know how they're going to pay for it. Their whole paycheck at their job is going to go for daycare. Like, it's a rat race. I know people are going through that because I've been there, and I'm nobody special. Like, there's other people out there going through it, and I want to help those people. So don't be like me. Don't be like I was, closed-minded and just naive, because that's what I was. I was so naive to the fact that there was so much more out there in this world, and it's okay to be different, and it's okay to do something that is out of the norm. People, like, you guys, I know it. I'm not blind. MLMs have a bad rap. It's because it's ignorant people that don't know what it's about, you know, giving their opinions. And that's the great thing about opinions. Everybody has one, right? Just don't listen to somebody who's in a position that you wouldn't trade, okay? If you have people telling you, oh, that business is a scam, they don't make any money, they just whatever, pyramid scheme, yada yada. Look at those people and ask yourself, is that person in a position of which I would trade places with that person because they're better off than me? They're making more money than me. They're happier than me. They're financially more stable than me. They have more time with their family. Would you trade places with that person? Because 99.999%, I guarantee you, your answer is going to be no. So don't listen to other people, okay? Listen to people that are in a position where you want to be. That was my mistake. I always used to listen to people and I was just closed-minded and thought that business is never, they don't make money with that. Damn sure we do, because look where I am. But, all right, now that I've cried and shared my story with you guys, you know, I just want to say one more thing. Follow your gut, okay? Just follow your gut instinct with things, and understand that if you don't change something that you're doing, your life is going to remain the same. Like there's no magic cookie that's going to show up on your plate and change your circumstances. You know, you have to be proactive, and you have to do the work. So if you guys have any questions, whether it be about the business or about me, or if you just want to say hi, if you just want to be friends, message me, comment on this video. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, my contact information is in the down bar. So if you want to talk, email me. If you have questions about the business, I will answer them. Okay, you guys know that I'm an open book. So I love you guys. I'm excited for the next year. Like, I'm so excited for what the next year is going to bring, because this is only the beginning for me. So I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I will talk to you later.